That what we're being told is that if you don't manage the thing where it's cutting them cylinders and stuff on, there's something about that.
It's a piece of crap.
And,
I'm not ready.
apparently, for whatever reason, I don't know, but I mean, looks like some of them start burning all out.
I had, on that same GMC I had that fuel management in the lift.
Morning.
I'm ready for it. It's a mess. I don't know if that guy's fixed or not. I don't know. Yes, sir. One truck got out, transmission going out.
Wow.
I like the car, it's really, it's coming in there pretty nice.
That clock's slow. All right, gentlemen, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning to everybody. Today is Monday, January the 12th, 2026, 9 a.m. Gonzales County Commissioners Court will now be in session. First thing we'll move into is public comment, and we have Commissioner Roy Staton is on here for public comment.
All right. What I wanted to do, I wanted to thank the Garden Club for doing the benches out here. I don't know if y'all noticed them, but they redid the benches and they paid for it. And I just want to appreciate them. We all do, I'm sure. Y'all need to go by and look at them because they're really nice. And there's a bunch of stuff on there about the county. There's plaques on there. If you've never looked at them, you gotta look at them, but I just want to thank them for that.
Where are they, Commissioner?
They're on the north side of this
Right here on the
square.
grounds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fall in on that. They did an excellent job on it. Those benches were falling down, those seats were broken, and and the Garden Club stepped up and they did it, and they did an outstanding job. They look really, really good.
It's really nice, so that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Mr. Commissioner Staton. That ends all of the public comment. There's no other comment on there. So we will move into the consent agenda. The following may be acted upon in one motion. The commissioner, county judge, or a citizen may request items to be pulled for a separate discussion and/or action. Gentlemen, have y'all had an opportunity to go over the consent agenda? Does anybody have any questions?
Sure.
I make a motion, we approve the items listed on the consent agenda as listed.
Had a motion and a second to approve the items listed on the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? All right. Consent agenda passes. All right, we'll move into deliberate and consider action on the following items. Number 9, we're going to have an update from Jimmy Harless regarding the drought conditions and the burn ban status.
Morning. KBDI as of Friday, I believe, was 650. It's probably a little higher this morning. I looked at the long-range forecast on the weather stuff. We got a slight chance tomorrow, but then it's pretty dry through this next following weekend. Just for information purposes for the court, we issued in the year 2025 35 burn permits. So my thoughts are, recommendation is that they've had a window of about 2 or 3 weeks to get things burnt. We are dry. We've got these dry cold fronts that are starting to move in pretty regularly. I would hope the court would consider issuing the burn ban, and then I'm going to be a little more strict, if it's okay, on issuing the permits because they've had an opportunity to get that burnt. That's just my thoughts.
I think you're 100% right. I think we need to put it back in. Okay.
Motion?
Yes, sir, I can. All right.
All right, had a motion and second to go ahead and put the burn ban back in place.
Effective date today now.
Y'all have an effective date on it?
Make it tomorrow, we'll get a good chance. I'm gonna put the sign back out at the office where it's time. Give them heads up.
We'll make it effective tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll put my
All right, had a motion and a second to put the burn ban back in place as of tomorrow. We want to say 8 a.m. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Usually when we put this in, it starts raining. I hope that is the case.
We usually put it in after 600 or something like that. the night
Usually in the past, around 600, is that right? When the court started considering it was about 600, we're at 650. I would imagine by the end of next week, we'll be even higher.
before. We've had a few fires this past week.
We have. Nothing, knock on wood, nothing major, but everybody was really good about not burning on the windy days, and I appreciate that.
Right.
So,
All right, thank you, sir.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll move to number 10, presentation from the Office of Emergency Management and Permits regarding the reports for the year of 2025.
This is our annual report that we present to the court every January for the previous year. It just gives you a rundown per precinct and splits out what kind of permits and the number of permits we have. The only thing that's really not included on there that I would personally like to see included in the future would be the response that our office does on the fire marshal side, but those are just numbers. You can see that we're pretty consistent. Our subdivision stuff is a little down, but I can tell you that the reason being is that the state changed the regulations when we did the subdivision order, that there's not a two-step process, there's a final approval process, which means that they're not paying two different, a preliminary approval fee and then a final approval fee. So that's the difference. Our subdivision activity has been very active. We've got some things working in the future that are coming. I'd be happy to visit with you individually on those. So I still see that we were pretty consistent last year on our permit numbers. If there's any questions that you have, by all means, I'll try to answer them for you.
You haven't been doing much for me on this, huh?
Much of what?
You haven't done much for me in here, have you?
You need to pick up the pace.
Pretty slow on the north end.
Yeah, your precinct is kind of in the northwestern section of the county, and a lot of our stuff has been really in precinct 2, and then it's starting to, not the road permits, that's a little different, but on the subdivision stuff, we've seen a little bit in precinct 4 now. Of course, the water permits and the utility lines and road bores and stuff are pretty active because of the oil field.
Don't get me wrong, I like it over there.
Yeah, well, you've got the lake too, so it evens out.
And it's dry.
Rerouting.
I'm good.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I got to where I need to be. Number 11, discuss with action the selection and appointment of 2 commissioners for the Gonzales County Emergency Service District Number 1 Board for a 2-term year. I believe everything has been submitted, and there are actually 3 applicants for this position. I believe that they all are qualified from looking over it. One of them is Mr. Robert H. Steelhammer, Stephanie Ramos, and then Dr. Humberto Rivas, who is our pediatrician here in Gonzales. just going over it, looking at it, what y'all can see also is, I know that Mr. Steelhammer, involved in the banking, and also a retired attorney. Ms. Ramos, his occupation is a nurse, and of course, Dr. Rivas is a physician. So being on the Gonzales County board for that physician would definitely be an asset. The other two are both also qualified, banking experience and retired attorney, and then a nurse, so whatever y'all think.
And none of these are reappoints, these are all three new.
These are all new, all new, and we do, of course, the county, everybody appreciates these folks stepping up and doing it, which is a good thing. Not a whole lot of people want to volunteer to do things, so.
For sure.
I know Dr. Rivas was not being able to make it because he had stuff today. Do we have Mr. Steelhammer? He is actually here in the courtroom. Ms. Ramos, Stephanie Ramos? Okay, so Mr. Steelhammer is here. Dr. Rivas did send a deal stating that he has patients this morning and he would not be able to make it, so.
I think that if we could, I recommend Mr. Steelhammer and Dr. Rivas.
I'm good with that.
Is that a motion?
Motion.
Motion, I'll second the motion.
All right. Had a motion and a second on recommendations for Mr. Robert Steelhammer and Dr. Humberto Rivas. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Will you also let Ms. Ramos know that we do appreciate her doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fine.
Mr. Steelhammer, I guess welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, we will move to number 12, discuss with action a joint primary for 2026, joint resolution and statistical information on the joint primary. It's all yours, since I'm tongue-tied.
It's the joint resolution that the commissioners have to approve for the both parties involved in Democrats who can do their joint election. They can sign it if you agree, you can do it.
Well, I move we approve a joint primary for 2026.
I'll second.
All right, had a motion and a second for the joint primary for 2026. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. I'm gonna send this around for everybody's signature. All right, we'll move to number 13, discuss updates regarding the annex building project. Liz, do we have anybody here that's gonna do that today?
He did call me, said that he wouldn't be able to make the meeting today, but they will be here on the 26th. If we had any questions, they try to answer them at that time.
Okay, so we're gonna table that to the 26th then?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's the next meeting, right?
26th is the next meeting.
So that's when we said he would be here. And we was gonna discuss what was going on there, if he had any questions to answer, he'd do them at that time. Plus, they've been sending us a weekly report. I think they didn't get the one out yet, but we should get it in the next few days. So we can kind of keep track of what's going on and everything, or what they did or why they didn't do it.
Yeah, I know I was at the last meeting and Scott also. They're moving along right now fairly well. They're trying to get that cement poured. I know that they've got the steel beam structures across the north wall all the way across and a portion of the front wall. However, somewhere right in the middle of the slab where one of the grade beams go, when they got to digging it out, there was a little bit of problem with the actual beam that was in there. So they're figuring out how to actually fix that and get that poured, and then the front will go up. The other thing that they talked about is on the west motor side of the building, is that when that building was initially built 50 years ago, that they never finished the concrete out on that side. So when you look at it, you see rocks, and that never was cleared. So a lot of the water is going in there and it's soaking into that slab on that side. So they did do a change order, and also, I guess, would you say maybe not quite half of it has that protrusion that comes?
Yes, it looks like a form slip.
Yeah, the form slipped, and there's a big protrusion out that's just a big chunk of concrete all the way down the side. Their change order is they wanted to come in, take that chunk off, and then reseal that whole side so that we won't have any water problems in the future. And we have approved that change order to do that. They still have just a little bit of a cutting for some of the plumbing on the inside. They're working diligently on getting those beams ready to go to be poured. And once that's poured, I think there's about 3 or 4 more in the front on the columns, 3 or 4 more columns that will be up, and then the beams will be across. Back north side's tied in. The south side, once they get those other beams in, will be tied in, and then the structure, they'll go ahead and start putting the outer structure up.
And then they were working also on the repair of that one bent joist.
Yes.
That was also in there. I'm not sure whether they have already repaired the other one that was damaged. It was repairable without a replacement and stuff, and there were some questions on, they were talking about shoring towers, why they needed shoring towers to put the thing up.
Yeah, we had talked about that. I mean, you can slide that new joist up in there and twist it and set it right in there. And you could actually, we even made mention that you could actually leave the old joist still in there. I mean, it's going to be covered up. You're not going to see it anyway. Just put the new one in there beside it, tie it in, and roll on. I said I don't know why we would have to be paying for any more shoring towers, because I mean it's pretty simple. I mean,
Time-wise, how we're set?
September the 11th is the completion date at this time.
But we are running behind, right?
We are running behind, but as soon as they get that slab poured, I believe everything will roll pretty fast at that time.
It looks like it's just setting still. You know?
Yes, it does. And I did mention my concerns, that I've had people calling me wanting to know what's going on out there. And I was requesting a phone number for somebody else that could receive that phone call.
They brought up something on like turnbuckles for the rods to go in the walls in order to stop the lateral movement and stuff on the building and to tie down. I guess they ordered them, they originally told them it was a 5-day lead time on them in order to get them. All of a sudden, they're not available, so they jumped into a 20-day time in order to get them and stuff. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, those will have to be tied down before they can remove all the shoring towers. But Mr. Duke assures me that they are, you know, he has, you can say, he's been on them pretty hard too. He's like, you know, I'm tired of, you know, you keep saying this, saying that, we really need to get this moving, so.
Hey, when they put that plumbing in there, did they do the cable deal where you can pull the building back, the slab, keep it tight? Or is it where they cut it and it might crack later on? I was always wondering about that.
It's got rebar
Epoxy.
epoxied in and then tied back together. where they did it, and matter of fact, there was a question at one time on the type of epoxy they were using. She spec'd, or the engineer spec'd one, and they used something else, and I think she was making them change back to that other.
She made him pull all that out and redid it with the whole, the epoxy that she requested. I'm pretty sure that with that tying in with that rebar and that epoxy, I don't think it's gonna, because they drilled in both sides and they put that bar in there and then they epoxied it and it ain't gonna go. Cause they couldn't pull that rebar out once it was epoxied in there, even though it was not the epoxy that she requested, so they had to cut it off, re-drill holes, put another one in there and re-epoxy it.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
He did also make mention that he wanted to discuss Randall Raptor with us when he came.
Yes, he has that information. He hasn't really said much to me on it, other than he would like to present it to all of us on the Randall Rather.
And that'll be discussed at the 29th.
26th.
Is what he told me. They seem, unlike Commissioner Staten, they seem to be dragging their feet a little bit and pouring this concrete. I don't know why they couldn't pour it all at one time and did it all at one time, but
Yeah.
get engineers involved.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you drive by, I said, I go there a lot to the jail, and I said, it's like a graveyard up there, and so John Duke assures me he's going to get it done, so.
Well, who was the guy that was sitting in the chair? I came by there 3 times here about a week or something back, and there was a guy sitting in a chair out there on the slab.
Donnie, we believe that was our actual concrete foreman and stuff. He had a back injury. He was wearing a back brace. That's what we were told the other day, is that's the concrete guy.
Well, why would they let somebody over there that has a back injury that has to be sitting in a chair when they make everybody want to wear a hat, when you go in there and a vest and everything, then they let somebody in on our project that has a back injury?
I think that's the guy that's actually doing that part of the concrete.
Well, I saw the guy sitting in that chair and I said, this doesn't look very good. I'd like to have that job Yeah.
John Duke had called Donnie and he had called me, and the same thing, and I had a lot of questions for him as well, and he said he'd try to answer all the questions on the 26th. Same questions there that y'all have about the cement, what's taking so long, and the delays, and he told me you have a lot of public questions,
Yeah.
call on the commissioners and the judge.
And I was hoping they would lay all that plumbing on the inside and get all that cutting and done before they start putting any walls up to keep the dust lower from the inside of that building, so, and I think that's they're working on that, so. Anything else? All right. Number 14, discuss and consider possible action on County Road 258, Precinct 3 closed but not abandoned, possible resolution. Did you take my resolution? Oh, I think I might have had it on all the top of all that stuff.
He probably lost it.
Always.
Well, if it's not here, she took it. But I probably folded it over, so.
It's gotta be in here. What'd you do with it? Did you bring it in?
I didn't.
I never had it.
All right. Can we find a copy of that resolution?
Yep.
While she's looking at the copy of the resolution, I'll touch base and clarify on it. And Commissioner Staten, if you want to chime in and help me out also. Basically, go ahead.
So we're basically gonna go down that road and shut the gates down there where the other property is. We're gonna leave it as a county road. We're not gonna abandon it or not. That's what my idea was. And just use it for getting in and out of the place,
Yeah.
right?
Right, so basically this road is County Road 258, which is out towards Belmont, that area. This was a county road that in 1975, that the commissioners elected to close but not abandon, which means that the county still owns this road. However, there is a sign that is placed up on that road out there that states that it's a private road, not a county road. You can put whatever sign that you want up, and it's still a county road. That county road actually goes down, I'd say it's right at maybe 2 miles, dead ends at a gate. And there's a landowner at that gate that needs access to his property or anybody else or anytime in the future. So that was the reason that the road basically was closed but not abandoned, so that it would not keep anybody from being able to be landlocked and go towards their place. That county road, however, goes all the way down, dead ends at that gate, but that county road technically turns and goes to the right and goes on around. However, one of the landowners that's out there basically had that surveyed and built a fence pretty much from what I can see down the middle of the county road, which technically that road is closed but not abandoned. Technically, he probably should not have put that fence down that middle of that road. However, with that being said, the landowner that is dead end at that gate, that's also his fence also, which it is a good fence. I don't foresee that county road ever being opening up, so that may be something possibly in the future that slight portion of that road, if the court ever decided to, could probably abandon that. But we'd have to do some more research both on all the landowners to see what that is. However, right now we can just leave it as closed, but as closed but not abandoned, and just leave it as it is. And so the resolution, y'all have received the resolution.
Let me ask you a question,
Shoot.
Judge Coleman. Are we gonna maintain that road? Or
No. No, it's closed but not abandoned, and that falls upon the landowners to maintain that road.
And it is listed in our county road map as a county road.
It is listed in the county road map according to the text, yes, according to the text dot of, 251, 258? Back in 2006, that road is still on there, so it is a county road.
Is it showing it going up? I used to own that property there, and it went all the way through and came out by showers.
Yep,
there, okay?
Yep.
Is that, so we're just gonna stop at the low phase place down there at the end where that guy goes in there?
Right.
We're not gonna go all the way to the cattle guard where it ends down here?
No.
Okay. What about those people? Are they coming in on
They
the
come
shower?
from the shower.
Are y'all some of the landowners?
Yes, sir. So this is the landowner, Mr. Rosberg, and right now, he needs written legal access to and from his tract.
Yes,
Which is at the dead end gate that you mentioned.
correct.
Beyond that, I think all the other landowners have access around the other side off of, would that be Highway 90?
Yes,
Coming in off of Highway 90. So really what we need, or Mr. Rosberg needs, is access to and from, legal access.
to that gate.
Which, when he bought it, it was a maintained county road, or closed and not abandoned on his survey, it showed County Road 258.
Yes, sir.
So really, that's all he needs, is just to make sure, that it's still owned by the county, not by the landowners.
No, it's owned by the county. Now, that road that turns where that fence is built in the middle, is there any objection to that? I mean, that's a good fence that's down the middle of that.
That fence is fine, that did cut off access to the back of my property, but I can go on my property in access. But that was,
Technically, the way it was written in 75, when they closed but didn't abandon it, you should have access down that way also. And I've noticed that they put that fence down the middle of the county road where they have a gate. You could actually put a gate on that other side where there's the barbed wire that's across there that's got it closed off. You could actually put a gate to drive on that opposite side of it. I'm sure there's still gravel there, because I mean, looking at where your old fence line was, I know that's probably been there since 75, because it's been there a long time. But yeah, so that you would still have access. You could actually probably put a gate right there also, and have access down that side.
So you're saying he can still come in from the showers in?
Yeah, I don't know we never really went all the way to the showers in. We drove back there.
You can't find a way back in.
Is there, I mean, we went back that way, but we didn't get to where we could see where that new fence and stuff was. I don't know if there's some more gates or something that we need to go through. And we didn't have the combination of that one gate to drive down it, which even though the county attorney said we could open that lot and drive down it because it's still half of a county road. We just did not do it because I think y'all's main concern was to have access to that main gate.
So a question I have is our resolution, is it leaving it as it was from start to finish, or is it only to that gate? Is that?
Basically, it's clarifying the fact that they still have ingress and egress along the county road, even though it's closed. So it's maintaining the road as closed, which would continue it all the way through.
It's continuing all the way through.
I guess maybe think about it, maybe not, whether or not abandoning that portion or determining whether or not we need to continue on and do something about the fence being in the middle of the county road.
Right, if we're gonna clean it up and address it, kind of do it right now, kind of, if that road needs to stop there, or if it needs to leave it as it is and go all the way through.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, again, on your end, if that makes
I don't think that matters. I believe, looking at all the landowners, I think it's the same landowner, once you get to that point, that it goes all the way through. So the access to the remaining of the road isn't as important because it's essentially one guy using that road for his own. It's essentially turned into a personal ranch road. And I've been up 90 till you do hit a gate on the other side where you can't go any further. And so I think the main point is just to get Mr. Rosberg legal written access to his land so he has the title. No one can clog up his title on that piece of property.
And that second lock gate, that is on the right, the county.
That's on, yes, sir, that's on the county, road on half of it. Yes, sir, that part's not as important. And looking at it, the only other parcel that was parceled out at one point, that same landowner bought that little section, back there, so there's no other people that would be landlocked to my knowledge, beyond that, where that gate is.
So if we close and abandon the rest of that and took it completely off, out of question, that fence that's already, the new fence that's there is in the middle of the road?
Well, it appears to be in the middle of the road. It looked like it was surveyed. I don't know who did the survey. I would probably have to look at it.
It's close to the middle.
It looks pretty close to it from what I can see, but I didn't go all the way down there to see if it ventures back a little bit or whatever the case.
We're gonna need a survey if that's the plan.
If we were
will
gonna.
need a survey of the road just so that we can
properly divide it because each landowner is entitled to half when that county road is actually closed.
Just so we're very clear, 'cause I know we've been kind of going back on some of these stuff had been done in the past, but it wasn't really clear if it was closed or to the middle of the road or what have you. So.
I wonder what these people's title policy said that bought that land back there in the back where the fence is in the middle of the road. Did you happen to read their title policy to see where it said their property ran to the middle of the road, or it didn't go to the middle?
So, I've seen multiple surveys of it where most of them show that county road going all the way around. On the title policy, so Mr. Rosberg is in the process of selling his piece of property. There's a closing that we've had to delay because title couldn't ensure the access based on the way it was written. So the title policy that I've seen prohibited Mr. Rosberg, to have legal access, and that's the major issue that we're facing and when he purchased it, it was a county road and
well, it's still a county road.
Yes, sir.
It's still a county road regardless.
Yes, sir. But there's never been any gates or such. I'm not sure about the fence on the title policy is regarding in the middle of the fence. Middle of the road. We do have a survey of the road. If that's something you guys need, we've got a copy of the survey.
So what we're saying here, this road is abandoned but not closed up to that gate, so he'll be able to have,
Well, actually, this says all the way through.
all the way through.
This covers it to the gate and covers it all the way through, as the road is, which I mean, I think that if that is a county road and they wanted to go in the property from the other side, they should still be able to go in the property the other side. Probably need, when it was closed back then, it said there would be a gate, but I would think that any of the landowners could go through that gate. It's like an easement, it's still a county road, so.
Well, what are you gonna do with the fence in the middle of the road?
Well,
Are they gonna have to move it?
we'd have to resurvey that to make sure that fence is in the proper spot. It may or may not have to be moved.
So we're gonna leave that alone at this time? Is that correct?
That's fine, yeah, I don't think
And
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
that
take care of
fence,
these people.
it is good fence.
It is a good fence.
I don't think we would need to have that fence removed right now. And I think beyond the decision of, closing the remaining or eventually abandoning that road, I think for, time's sake, what we need today is just to be sure that access is there. Beyond, that needs to be pushed to a different meeting, what y'all do with the remaining of the road.
Well, I believe this would cover the entire situation regardless.
Okay.
That it's, you know, whether the fence is where it's supposed to be or not where it's supposed to be, that can be something that can be, addressed at a later time. Basically what we're writing is that county road is there's access technically all the way through, but definitely to that gate for right now because the other is closed off. And we did send a copy of this to Amy. She's not here. She sent a copy to. Did y'all receive a copy of this
We did.
resolution? And then the other lady, did they look at that on the title company?
They looked at it, I believe, that she was sending it to their underwriter to make sure, their attorney. But I believe it was, she didn't say that she didn't think it was okay.
Okay, yeah, it should be, because I mean, our county attorneys drew this up for it, and so it should be pretty much, and I went over it, I think everything is covered in here, that it continues, that land will still belong to the county, and, you know, they have to understand that just because it's closed but not abandoned, I mean, people can drive down that road. I mean, regardless, I mean, anybody that owns the land, their friends that go to it, if you sell it, whatever the case, this pretty much covers the entire spot. Attorneys, y'all have anything on that?
Is there a clear delineation, like in the transportation code, of a closed road and abandoned road? You know, like we was talking about, is we closed it, but we didn't abandon it, so we still have rights to it, or?
Correct. Closing it basically controls whether or not you're gonna maintain it or not.
Okay.
It's kind of the leading factor. There's other things that are associated too, but the main thing is the county no longer has to maintain the road, which part of the resolution does state that the landowners adjacent to the property are responsible.
And then the abandoned, that means when you're totally giving everything.
Correct.
You give everything up, and if, you know, if the landowner that it traverses across owns that land to that, then they have all of it. But if there's two landowners that it's divided, it usually goes right back to the half, which person gets half, the other person gets the other half.
Question, Judge,
Yes, sir.
previously you said y'all come up to a gate with a lock on it? So is that part of that county road?
Yep.
So.
It's still, that gate is on half, so when you go in, you're on half of that county road because they supposedly went down the middle.
So should there not be a lock on that gate?
Well, if there is a lock on it, because it did state it in the previous deal where there would be gates, so if there is a lock on it, any landowner that owns land on that area should have access to it, whether it be a combination or whatever, that if they wanted to go on that side. But however, in this case, it's kind of where the landowner's got it on his side, but Mr. Rosberg has it on his side too. It's just a fence there. You can still drive that county road on the other side also. Like I'm saying, it technically, it's if it's divided and surveyed like it's supposed to be, it would be right where it's supposed to be. But they should have not put that fence in there without contacting the county first, technically. So we could go remove the fence if we wanted to, but I don't think that would be feasible because it's a nice fence for both sides. It's a very good fence. It's steel pipe and netted and top barbed wire.
You believe they got a deer-proof fence right beside it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, because their side, the deer-proof fence is there. I mean, that's just a wasted space.
It's a wasted money to put that fence in there, because His fence on the other side is a perfect fence, you know,
Yeah.
deer-proof fence.
But technically, if it was closed, he would own it to where he put that fence.
Yeah.
So he could technically move his high fence to the middle, but it's not closed.
At the intersection of 258 and 260, is there a gate there, or is that just a road? So it's not
There's
gated?
no gate.
No, there's no gate there. There's just a sign up there that states that this is not a county road.
And it runs down there about a mile and a half.
And then,
Yeah, it's right about, was it about 2 miles?
Yeah, I actually took my dozer and cleaned that road up several years ago, so, you know, that's something that is easily done.
All right, with that, I'm gonna say County Road 258, precinct 3, close it, but not abandon it. Make that a motion.
All right, so you want to put in effect this resolution for that County Road 258? All right, I have a motion. All right, have a motion and a second for County Road 258 to continue to be closed but not abandoned. Yeah, we'll change that. With the resolution to clarify the closure of Gonzales County Road 258 with ingress and egress rights for the adjacent landowners. Do I need to read this in court? That's what I'm thinking. So, with that being said, whereas, number one, the Commissioners Court of Gonzales County, Texas, has the authority under Texas law to regulate and manage county roads, including their closures pursuant to Texas Transportation Code 251.051 and other applicable statutes. And two, County Road 258, herein referred to as closed road, was previously closed by the Commissioners Court of Gonzales County, Texas on July 14th of 1975. And number three, the Commissioners Court recognizes the rights of adjacent landowners to access their properties and seeks to ensure that ingress and egress to such properties are preserved despite the closure of the closed road. Now therefore it be resolved by the Commissioners Court of Gonzales County, Texas, Section 1, preservation of ingress and egress rights. Notwithstanding the closure of the closed road, the Commissioners Court affirms that the adjacent landowners to the closed road shall retain the rights of ingression and egression to their properties. Such access shall be limited to the following: adjacent, current, or future landowners, their agents, employees, or invitees. Access for agriculture, residential, commercial properties as applicable to the use of the adjacent properties. And three, maintain of the access. The county shall not be responsible for the maintenance of the closed road. Adjacent landowners may maintain the road at their own expense to ensure continuous access, provided such maintenance does not interfere with the rights of other adjacent landowners or creates a public hazard. Number 4, Section 4, notice of this resolution shall also be recorded in the real property records of Gonzales County, Texas. Section 5, the severability of any provisions of this resolution or its application to any person or circumstance is held invalid. The invalidity does not affect other provisions or applications of this resolution that can be given effect without the valid provisions or application and to this end. And the provisions of this resolution are severable. Number 6, effective date. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its adoption. And this today would be passed. Well, I'll go into that in a second. So we had a motion and a second to adopt this resolution for County Road 258. Is there any further discussion? All right, with no further discussion, all in favor? All opposed? So will be executed the passed and approved this 12th day of January 2026 by Commissioners Court of Gonzales County, Texas. Can we just reprint this one and put 26 on there so I don't have to, I'll put a line through it now so that we can get a signature from everybody on it. and it would be executed this day on the 12th day of January 2026 by this court. And what we can do is once we get the copy with the 2026 date on it, y'all are welcome to take a copy with you. The other will be filed, so if you'll need a filed stamp copy from the clerk, then you would have to get that from me.
Perfect.
So we'll wait on that to come back, and we'll get the signatures on it, and hopefully that will fix the remedy and fix that situation. It's weird because we have another one that just popped up in the county. It's like, oh, and that's in your area.
That's the way it happens.
That's the way it happens. And if there's any problems in the future or whatever, just contact my office, and then we can address anything that there.
Definitely. Thank you for taking the time
Well,
to research and look into it.
No, we've got to take care of the landowners off of the county road, so that's part of the job, so. Appreciate y'all coming and being in court today. Yeah, it's just not something that you can just fix over real quick. You got to do a little research and get it all rolling, so. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I wouldn't do much. Okay, all right. You don't have your stamp. Huh?
Sure if I got this bad?
We could actually see it with the camera, so be the same thing.
Which of course is different than the survey.
These gentlemen may want to get a copy or so of that, and then we will get it to the clerk, and they can actually file it. And hopefully y'all are fixed up now. If not, let us know. I figure y'all probably don't want to sit here any longer.
Been quite enjoyable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's sometimes it gets enjoyable. All right. Glad we were able to get that resolved for y'all. Hopefully it's resolved. We can still have it. Yeah. If not, just let me know, and then we'll go from there. But I don't think you're going to need anything other than that. All right. We're going to move into number 15. Pursuant to the Texas Government Code on Section 551.074, Commissioners Court reserves the right to meet in an executive session to discuss personnel issues. So we are going to go into an executive session on emergency management office staff member. So would y'all like to take a 10-minute break before we do this? All right, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back in here at 10 o'clock. It's 10:10. We'll be back in here at 10. it is.
Wouldn't be a secret.
Tell me about the road, he said,
I love something.
and abandoned it.
She's out.
Yes, you did, but I don't think they could really find anything in the minutes, could they, or did you find it?
I found it.
Well, the banding just wasn't closed.
But what I'm saying is, I got a title policy for that road to buy that, and I got a title policy for this one. This title policy is still good when you bought it from them.
You would think that it would be.
They issued a title policy, charged them money for it, why would they research it?
I think that resolution will do it. All right, we're back on. All right.
You gonna close the door, bud? Please.
All right, so we're going to go into executive session. Do I have a motion to go into executive session on the Office of Emergency Management?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second to go into executive session. All in favor? All opposed? So basically, this is. All right, so it is 10:30. Gonzales County Commissioners Court is back from executive session. Discussed in the executive session was emergency management office staff and matter. And out of the executive session, I am going to make a motion that the Gonzales County will create a temporary part-time position with a start date of on or about February the 13th, and that position will run through September and then no longer be available in emergency management.
Second.
All right, had a motion and a second for what I just said. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? All right, we're good. So, that finishes the executive session number 15. Commissioner Roy Staton.
Motion we adjourn.
All in favor?
Switches.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You bet.